Very interesting. Make sure you shout out the team you want to win in the chat, guys. Loading into the final match, or the first match right now. Wow, Allenberg in the winter, the blizzard. In the blue, defending on Allenberg, we have team Ingengners, in bosses. I'll probably be saying in bosses. Just so you guys know. And in the red, attacking here in this blizzard, we have Team Kittens. Now, right away, we see the artillery getting, just starting to shell these towers. They're already catching fire. And I don't imagine any of these towers connecting on the first try. With artillery being enabled, we're going to see a lot of these kinds of plays here where they're going to drop mortars to start clearing off the wall. It feels a little bit more like a territory war, where the main objective is going to be to clear the walls from any defenders so those siege towers have a chance to get close. But it's not about the siege towers landing. And we talked about it before. It's not supposed to just land a tower on the first try. The goal is to split up the defense so they can poke and prod at every possible angle and find a way into the city. And we see mortars just raining in the sky. It honestly looks really sick. Yeah, so zero ladder play from the attackers right now. No ladder plays. Right now, all they're concerned about, with about 9.5 minutes on the clock, plenty of time, is just clearing the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mortars being placed. They are serious. They mean business. Yep, so some Demence Pike sitting around. They're not bringing out the biggest and the baddest yet. They want to just buy time, and the defenders look like they're in that same mindset, keeping their troops off the wall and keeping themselves in a position where they can just stay mobile, stay active, and aware of their surroundings. Let's see what the attacking team can do to take advantage of this situation. The ram does reach the main gate. On this map, it is a double gate. So taking out this gate doesn't automatically grant you access to the fort itself. You'll have to take out that inner gate with the fire pots above, these flaming rocks here. Or maybe, yeah, they're just like, oh no, they're pots, whatever. They get dropped below and they can do a lot of damage if they get the opportunity to. The castle just being wrecked by this artillery. Hopefully they stay keeping their eyes to the sky, because right now it is raining. I know it's snowing, but it's also raining mortars. And they're trying to land these shots here. I don't expect these towers to make it to the wall. Not first try, maybe not even second try. And we'll see. The trebuchets are super crucial. You don't get unlimited trebuchets, but you do have a big opportunity to just keep spamming mortars and cannons over the time period. So I would probably, in the attacking team's shoes, I would probably wait, right? I would probably wait to use those trebs until later on. Let's see if this shot connects. Looks like not quite. So yeah, man, this map looks so cool in the snow. It does change the physical dynamic a bit. Troops move a little bit slower, but not really a noticeable amount. The main thing is the actual visual part of it. It can kind of obstruct vision, and that can help the attacking team in some ways. But we'll see. So far, no big push yet. Still the artillery game being played. I don't blame them for not rushing right out of the gate. You know, playing it slow and cautiously. There's still 7 minutes left on the clock, so there's definitely no rush for these guys to make any sort of big mistake or big push early on. Alright, somebody getting the "Oh no you don't" achievement. That does not mean that they killed anything, but we do have one death already. So I'm not sure how he actually died, because none of the... Oh no, we did get one artillery kill. So it looks like he got him with the artillery. He must have got a good shot with the mortar. So you can see they're just starting to drop artillery here along the other side of these tall towers, allowing them to be protected. That's a good angle on these mortars, though. The defensive team may have the safety of their walls right now, but if the attacking team can lock in those mortars, they can clear off the top of this wall, and these towers could actually land, and that could be really bad. But they're staying on top of it. These teams are not pushovers. They're unlikely to make mistakes like that right away. We see one person coming up. Looks like he's gonna go. I'm not sure where exactly he's going, but he's going. He also gets, unfortunately, shut down. I'm not sure where he was headed. I think it was this stack of mortars here. 4 mortars here. Maybe he could have called in a treb to hit this target before he got brought down. Yeah, hearing the mortars rip by. They're looking for the kill box. And this is like a territory war type play. They lock in. The first couple shots are exploring the area, and the next few shots are supposed to lock in. So it looks like these mortars found their targets, Forte Braccio and Pike Militia, taking the toll. And we'll see if they take advantage. I know the shots are connecting, and the defenders have to be aware that the shots are starting to connect. But the time is ticking. 5 minutes left now. The attacking team has yet to make a play. And I guess you consider artillery barrage a play, but it's not going to capture the objective. Not right away, at least. Okay, here we go. We've got our first push of the match going through the objective, and looks like the defensive team is not in position. They sort of just walk onto the A objective. Some halberdiers charging in, sort of finding a flank. Good combat brace. Troops still trickling in. They're giving the attacking team a chance to get in here. They need to form up and get a perfect concave on the attacking team. And there's the forts bracing in the forward direction. Beautiful setup on the attacking team. I think this gets them to the objective, unless some beautiful Imperial Pike advances maybe could break this. But they've already got shields in every direction. Imperial Spear Guard moving up. If I was the defending team, I would probably back away. They made the mistake of not checking their troops, the kill box on the wall. And now we even have somebody sneaking B over here. That's going to get pretty much shut down from the looks of it. But they will get A here. I mean, this is just such an entrenched position. But Kesheks are going to rip through and find the Forte Braccios before they could brace. They brace in the middle of that combat. Combat bracing for the Forte Braccios. Such a strong suit. But moving the pikes out of position means that the defending Imperial Spear Guards and the defending Imperial Pikes walk right through. And a huge concave, just like I said, guys. They found the play and they did it. The attacking team just barely moved out of position for a second. And that's all it took for them to save that flag. But right as we say that, we've got a huge ladder play. And this may be enough, but they don't really have the troops to fend off all the defending team here. So I don't like that at all for the attacking team. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get either objective there. And that only leaves them with 30 minutes left. So a trebuchet coming down. It will connect with the troop a little bit there. But it looks like they kind of connected here on the wall where they wanted it to connect here on the stairs. And again, back on the A. Back and forth and back and forth. One hero is not going to be able to capture it by themselves, especially with no units. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. So they're not taking any chances, leaving their troops on the wall here. Yes, they could get trebbed or even mortared, but I think that they're fine with that trade if need be. So, yep, they're starting to march through again. 2 minutes left. Just 2. Here comes the Imperial Pikes. They're going to try to concave in again, hitting them from both angles, so you cannot counter advance through it. You can only advance in one direction, not two. They haven't done that to the Imperial Pikes quite yet. They're going to drop a combat mortar directly on the front line. Less than 2 minutes left here for the teams. Can they break through? Mortar zoning in. They've got the high ground here, but they need melee infantry to close the distance. This will not be enough. Although it's a good position, it won't win the match. Huge flood of infantry now. They're in body blocking range, and it looks like game 1 will go to our defenders and gangers. Yeah, here's the troops lost, guys. You can already see where we're sort of at. Team Kittens making some good plays there, nearly capturing both objectives, but walking away with neither. And that'll be game one. Well played to both of you guys. Artillery not finding the best targets. Maybe they could have dropped a couple more mortars. 30 minutes. No. Did I say 30? I don't know. Maybe I meant to say 3 and I said 30. I don't know. Professional caster, guys. Professional. So we're having more ladder plays. I would have loved to see these ladders used more. And guys, there's also ladders way on the other side of the map as well. They didn't really take advantage of. A trebuchet and Imperial Pikes advance, and maybe they could sort of push them off and just sort of sumo through. What a mosh pit. I mean, there's definitely a possibility here. The Fortebraccios come up and the trebuchet comes down. Will it be enough? 20 seconds left. They need to get in there. This is all or nothing right here and now. They're sort of thinning out the defending team, but I think that the long swords and short swords could essentially just survive through the bombardment long enough so these Falconettis can clear off the objectives. Well played to these teams. There's game one. Wow. So let's see what exactly went down here. You can see the low kill counts essentially across the board. Of course, we do get some players just wrecking. 123 here, nearly 100 here. Without any objectives captured, you don't really get a chance to make humongous plays. So I wouldn't really take a look at these bottom players and think anything about that. They didn't have the opportunity to push in and make that make the shot, essentially. The graphs here tell the story. We see it. There we go. All right. We'll go ahead and set up for game two here, guys. Gangers versus Team Kittens here on Allenberg. And we're fully loaded up. Here we go. The semifinals round number 2 starts right now. And attacking in the blue on Allenberg, we have Team Ingangers. And on defense, looking to lock out the attacking team so they can move on to game 3, we have Team Kittens starting with some good locations with their cannons already. Like the placement. I think culverins are a little bit better at knocking out the towers than like a standard cannon, for example. Let's see what happens, guys. So we got good weather this time around. It doesn't really change the dynamic too much, but it might allow the attacking team to see where the defenders put their artillery a little easier, or even vice versa. The defending team can see what the attacking team is doing. So we'll definitely take a look at that. Over here, and I love to see this kind of stuff. We do see some ladder plays coming up. They're desperately trying to push up. A trebuchet gets called, but will it actually connect? They got a really good position here with these halberd sergeants. Oh, it looks like the treb will connect. That should be enough for them to break through if they just focus it down. You cannot half commit to a ladder play. You either go all in or you back out early, and they are going all in. Short swords sort of bashing through. Imperial Pikes are here, so I imagine another treb. Yep. That one looks like a good treb. That looks like it's going to connect big time. Direct connection. Huge play. That should pull them out of position. Yeah, let's see what we lost here. 59 to 57, almost the same exact troops. Wow. So we did have some more hero deaths for the attacking team, but you can respawn, so no big deal. They're still pushing up the ladders. Love the aggression from the attacking team here. This is what it takes. That mortar actually connecting with friendly troops. They need to be careful that they don't kill their own friends while up there. But the heroes get pushed away, and these condos will sort of just fight to their death. Good push, good push. Towers approaching, but looks like this one's going to get knocked down as well. The ram, it looks like it took a little while for the ram to get pushed here. I don't know if that's going to affect anything. Still 8.5 minutes.
The right siege tower is advancing.
Little Bull, if you're in the chat, can you take care of the bot there? I would really appreciate that if you're still around, my man. Thank you, Little Bull. But yeah, so the mortars are going to focus in. Just like last match, I don't think the towers will connect. But it's all about the artillery fire and hitting multiple locations at the same time. I love the ladder play from the attacking team, but that was their only ladder play, right? They only hit this one set of ladders here. They didn't hit the second ladder set here, and they didn't hit the other two ladder sets in the front. I would have done all of them at the same time, but, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. Great mortar connections. They are really good with these mortars. Artillery is its own skill set, and we're seeing the death toll actually starting to stack up. The attacking teams, I mean, it's pretty much dead even, but they've evened it up enough to where I think if they did another big push and took some losses, it wouldn't hurt them too bad. I love these mortars really close to the wall because you can actually high arc and almost shoot the mortar directly up and then land directly down and just annihilate troops that way. So we got a longsword working on that inner gate. Once that inner gate is down, again, it will give them access to Allenberg here. Oh, it looks like they're actually coming in again on these ladders. Trebuchet getting called in. Fortebraccio barely missed the... Oh, never mind. Deleted by that Trebuchet. And that's going to open up this entire wall. That blue Hawacha is not stopping this push at all. Jackie is going to back off. You got to be careful. The sprint will ensure that he gets away safely. Yeah, almost getting him. Jackie really looking for that kill, unable to find it. And now that their troops are up here, let's see what happens next. They need to hurry up. Those mortars are locking in. You cannot stand still or the rain will find you. And right now, that was a huge mortar connection, killing almost 20, 30 troops in a single round. Keep moving. That's the name of the game here. One glaive at B. Looks like he wanted to get a little bit of cap. Unable to find it. His Azats will charge in and find a quick death, unfortunately. And I'm seeing a bit disjointed pushes, but it's really hard to stay coordinated when you're trying to hit all these sides simultaneously. Very interesting. So looks like they did lose a little bit more troops in that round of engagements, but still within the realm of possibility here. Almost 5.5 minutes. Plenty of troops on the wall, but we're seeing the same thing, right? They're standing still for too long, and they're actually going to start getting shelled out from the defending time. Just like the defenders don't leave troops on the walls because they don't want to get artillery. Whoa, that mortar connecting with those Imperial Spear Guard will open up the stairs for the attacking team. That mortar sort of actually helping the attackers there. They need to be careful not to do that. And they'll set up artillery at the base of the stairs. That should set... Yeah, that should be fine. I think that'll shut down that push as well. And mortars are just everywhere. Look at this. It's raining mortars, trebuchets all across the map. And it looks awesome, but it is not awesome to experience. A longsword's going to get a little bit of a free cap. I don't think he'll actually take the objective, but this little bit helps. That's time now that they don't have to worry about if they can find an opening later on. That mortar almost connecting on the far side. Great headshot. That actually connected with somebody on the artillery here. I like ballistas in these heavy artillery scenarios. They don't kill the artillery, but they can one-shot the heroes manning it. And that's almost more crucial than actually destroying the artillery itself. Big push coming here. The pikes are not braced. They need to brace now before it's too late, but the Keshegs rip right through the flank. They're going to instantly kill those heroes. That's 4 heroes dead in that push. That was not what they needed right there. Maybe these forts could have been pushed in, maybe. It's very hard to say. More ladder plays, not a single tower. They're honestly not even pushing these towers. They are pushing this one, but not this one. And I almost don't blame them because they just keep getting destroyed over and over. And, yeah, Unknown falling to their death over here. The ladder play getting shut down. The team comps, from what I see, are mostly pikes. And same thing for the defenders. Pikes really ruling the city streets here. Not just against cav, but infantry as well. They did take the inner supply point. So the wall play finally pays off. And they'll get pushed away, sort of. I really like the coordination here, but they need to hurry because coming around that corner right now is trouble. And will they notice before it's too late? They don't. The Keshek rips through the entire push, killing almost... had to have been about 60 troops in that. At least 60 troops. The Kesheks will die, but not before they take a huge toll with them. What a flank. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. They just weren't looking at that flank. There was an opportunity for those Fortebraccios to brace in the opposite direction. And with 2.5 minutes, we finally see our first tower landing on the wall. So I would say it would take about 30 seconds to capture A uncontested, maybe 25 since they have a little bit already on the clock or on the board there. But they need to get troops on the wall, ranged units locked in. And they've got woodcutters up here right now, and that's not what we want. Yeah, and again, these ladders being used, you have to hit multiple locations at the same time. Falconetti on the supply point will slow them down, but will not stop them. Trebuchet clearing the way. This actually looks pretty good. This could be... Oh no, the Trebuchet annihilating that unit, almost killing one of the unknowns. That was not what they needed right there. They needed a full healthy unit of Imperial Pikes to advance through these troops. That is not what they needed. And then he fell to his death. And then the Fortebraccios bracing perfectly. Now the defending team's able to fully respond. And I don't know if there's going to be enough time. That Trebuchet definitely wasn't the end of that push. But little things like that really start to contribute time and time again. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be enough time. They can pretty much body block the objective here and sacrifice themselves for the next 60 seconds. Beautiful Trebuchet on that objective. That should connect with those forts there. They'll pull back. Good pullback. Good pullback. And then the last few rounds, people forget about those last few rounds land late. And that usually ends up killing friendlies sometimes. That's never a good thing. Cannon being placed, but now we see some forts along the back wall. And A's being locked down super heavy. There's nothing getting in through that gate. Did we just get Kesheks outside the city gates? Okay, no. I thought for a second we had Kesheks outside the walls. Man, I gotta say, this map looks a lot different with this much artillery. It really does. Pretty good connections right there. Yeah, this is the end of the match. Looks like game 2 will go to the defenders, Team Kittens. And that puts us up 1-1. Now we're going to go into game 3, guys. In game 3, we actually will have no artillery or falconetti. No artillery or falconetti. So that, yep, there we go. So that'll make this matchup look a lot different. Hey, Chimera. I think we all have our opinions on how artillery changes the map. And I gotta say, artillery changed that map for the worse. For sure. Rams, 126 unit kills. Really well done. Lots of artillery killed. 10 artillery killed here. Wow, that's a lot of artillery. And the graph kind of tells the story. The attacking team making the pushes that they needed to do, but just unable to tie it all together. Just barely getting shut out, just like in game 1. Well played to both teams. Let's go to game 3 now, because the artillery can be so oppressive and prevent the attacking team from making, I guess, like educated risk, I guess you can say it. But we're loaded in now. Here on Allenberg, the final round of the semifinals EU matchup on offense. In the blue, we have Team Kittens. And in the red, defending Allenberg for the final fight, we have Team Inganger. All the towers will be probably connecting at some point, as long as they can win that early artillery battle. And like I was telling you guys, you know, we have cannons on the outside, but we also have these inner cannons here, which are already being used. These two cannons can be really, really controlling of these towers, because look, he's actually hitting this tower here to the right, and he's hitting this tower here to the left. So you kind of have to focus this little inner wall down really close to the beginning of the game, or it'll get a lot of value. So here we go. Everyone kind of looking for an opening. Looking a little bit more like a siege match, with heroes trying to get up and manually kill these cannons. It looks like the attacking team didn't win the early... wow, okay, thank you, DJ. Yeah, but the attacking team did not win the early engagement. So that means that tower will go down. The cannon's almost completely intact still. And the inner gate... yeah, the inner gate was actually opened with huge fortibraccio setup, double fortibraccio setup. They don't have to worry about mortars raining down on that. There's another tower down. And will this tower connect? This is exactly like the siege matches, where this tower gets so close. Will it connect though? I think it will. I don't see any cannons on the interior of the wall focusing it down. Will the musket be able to... yeah, the musket actually pushing troops back, so they'd have to rotate the unit out. But I think that tower will connect. Already we've got a much different match, looking almost like a completely different game with no artillery. It's not raining mortars everywhere. Pike militia to slow down the attack, and I think we're gonna get our first push of the game. No troop deaths so far. Those pike militia will not stop those forts. The forts just outranging the pike militia. Short sword will break up the formation. Yeah, and there they go. So only one unit up here. Are they going to go right or going to go left? They're going to go left straight to B. They are just pushing through. This is really good coordination for the Russian team Kittens. This is exactly what they needed to make this happen. Just straight shields and pikes. Not a single sword unit to be seen. Not even ASAPs. They're just getting a free cap from the look of it. And I think, yeah, that's it right there. The attacking team just going to take that objective. Yeah, there's no getting up there. Not with that kind of setup. Great push by the attacking team. Not necessarily the worst thing to happen for the defenders. They didn't lose a lot of troops in that engagement, but not a single troop lost for the attacking team. Not even one. So 32 units lost. That's pretty much just that one unit of pike militia there at that first engagement. Some of the group splitting off. Instead of going down the stairs to the supply point, we actually see the attacking team going closer to the wall and the defending team spawn. So it makes me wonder, will they go for the inner keep and try to kill the troops as they spawn back in? Or will they go straight for C? No, they're going to go into the keep. They're going to go straight in, guys. Look at the coordination. Tell me, have you seen this play before on this map? I can't say I have. This looks like a completely different matchup. So, okay, so what does this mean for the defending team? Obviously, the attackers can't capture this this last objective. This is the final point here. But yeah, they're gonna lock out the attacking team from their own keep. Almost a role reversal here. Look, the defenders are going to have to break into their own keep. A little bit of a sloppy engagement there for a little bit, but the Imperial Pikes will clean up. And they're gonna use Trebs. Beautiful Keshek charge, though. That is a great Keshek charge. I think the unit will get wiped, but it completely just wiped all the units to the front of the gate. Trebuchet sort of connects. It was just supposed to be there to kind of zone them out. But they're not pushing A, guys. As fancy as this play is, and as flashy as it looks, it hasn't made any headway with the objectives. All they're doing now is losing some troops. They need to get something capped. And as I say that, we see a huge push through the gate. None of the defenders were able to actually respond because they're all stuck in the spawn area trying to recapture their own keep. Wow. Yeah, so that looks like A will fall. A little bit of body blocking from the short sword here. He's going to be able to get away. There we go. So the defenders need to just give up C. C is never the play on this map. There's just too many angles for attacking. You can go in straight in here, or you can go around the side. Maybe they try to slow them down at least, so they don't get a free cap right away. But these 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes and their units could easily be cut off. A good trebuchet on the gateway here will connect with some of the troops. They need more of that if they want to lock them out. And like I said, we've got 11 minutes on the clock here. C hasn't been capped quite yet, but by the time they cap it, it'll probably be around 11 minutes. I've seen the final objective hold for that long because of the way that it's sort of choked off. As long as you can hold these 2 gates, then you should be good to go. 420 troops lost, 280 troops lost to this side. So we're gonna, yeah, it's definitely a lot different than I was expecting. Most of the time it's the attackers with more troops lost, but not right now. Yeah, so I gotta say, this Culverin will get some value, but the Treb will connect. Good Treb. You usually want to use your Trebs on the actual troops, but in that situation, that Culverin could have easily killed 15, 20 troops of, high value troops with a simple click, and you can't have that as the attackers. Really well played. Team Kitten's looking so good right now. All right, everything calm down. 12 minutes and 40 seconds, guys. What a match. Can they hold for 12 minutes? I guess we'll find out, guys. So many pikes around this objective. They need to be careful. This area can be trebbed on the bottom of my screen here. The ladders are usually where the match is won and lost. If they don't get troops up here to shut down these pushes, then it could be catastrophic for the defending team. Imperial pikes will march up the stairs. That'll go through the halbs. Halberd Sergeant's a good unit, but not the greatest in this specific situation. They're not going to be able to stop this entire push on their own. That trebuchet might actually have huge connections. Very close. Shaving off the edges. Will we get a direct connection? There it is. Beautiful trebuchet. And that should open up one of the flanks here, and it will. No pikes on the opposite side. Only pikes on this one angle, which means that they will be able to get a frontal engagement. No concave. And they're going to reverse advance to them. Yep. Okay, so that should shut it down. Unless we get another advance from the attacking team, I think this should be slowed down pretty well. I see more Fortebraccios moving in as well. Yeah, there's another advance. So closely. Oh, man, so closely matched up here. You can see the teams really close together as far as skill is concerned. They just need to catch each other out of position, and they're going to shut down this push over here. Well played to the defending team. The wall push still slowly moving along. These wall pushes tend to take a long time to complete. But as these ranged troops start to set up on the high ground, they're going to get really good value. But if they run out of ammo while they're up here, there's no climbing down the ladders to get back to the supply point. They're stuck. Which means if the defending team can just buy enough time, which they have a lot of time to buy, then that means that they will be good to go. They need to reset up their formations before the attacking team sees an opportunity to come in here. Really difficult to hold any objective for 10.5 minutes, but if anybody can do it, it's these teams on Friday Night Fights. A huge counter push coming up the stairs, a trebuchet being called. Are they going to react in time? It looks like it's going to connect. Huge trebuchet again. Wow. These trebuchets have been on point for the attacking team. Treb after treb finding connections, no friendly damage. Good Keshek charge though. That'll shut out this entire little push here. Keshek's really good at that, but at the same time, the other gate was left unmanned, and these troops are set up, good to go. Good luck getting anything through that many pikes, cav or infantry for that matter. And the jaws are closing. The noose is tightening, and the defending team needs to set up quick before it's too late. So we see some longswords with a condo unit pushing onto the objective. Although it's not supposed to completely take the objective on its own, it's forcing these fortibraccios to brace in a different direction. That's perfect because that allows these Imperial pikes to get close enough to advance. That means the second set of forts are going to have to re-brace. It's all started to crumble for the defensive team. They need to get onto the point. Where's their advance? Where's the flanking? They need something, anything right now to save this game. 9 minutes left on the clock. And guys, it's not looking good for Team Inganger right now. A decent counter push here on the right side of my screen and some more infantry moving through the mid that should be able to buy them enough time to resituate themselves, but they need to advance the pikes. That combat brace really, really good. Wow, so close here. They did save the objective for now, but it's just getting so tough right now. They're running low on troops and honestly low on time. If they wait any longer, the attacking team is going to take this fort. Azaps, really good in this situation, but are not going to be able to buy enough time. There's just a handful of Kesheks ripping through the back line, get shut down by the ranged. Guys, I think this is it. I think they've done it. Unless there's a huge flank or something right now, I think we're looking at the end of the final match of the semifinals. And Friday night fights here. Javs at the flank will get some good volleys in, but not enough to just stop the push. We've gone into full body blocking mode. Most of the team is dead on the defenders. Another trebuchet called in. You can just see how patient they were with their trebs. And oh man, I think that's it, guys. The entire team here on the objective. One more person jumping onto the objective desperately. Forts will zone out. A trebuchet will zone out. And the game will end. GG's. Wow. Well played to both teams. The final round, no artillery, no falconetti, and the attacking team wins. Congratulations, guys. That match was insane. Insanity. We have 157 kills from Don Solo, 128 from Ishagel. 100 unit kills. I mean, guys, you guys, both teams played so well. Really well played. I think we didn't really see the defending team able to recover from that early push. They got B relatively easily, and then they pushed into the keep and just messed up the whole flow. I think they got to play the game that they wanted, neck and neck with losses almost the whole match. A good recovery here towards the end, but just too much time on the clock and not enough troops to stop them. GG's.